Thank you for letting me introducing our little creature. My name is Michał Grabowski. I represent Faculty of Biology and Environmental Protection from University of Lodz, Poland, and also the Polish Barcode of Life. And we are also a part of Biodiversitygenomics Europe. So this little project on Gammarus oceanicus, we have together with Jan Marcin Węsławski from Institute of Oceanology, Polish Academy of Sciences, and our joint PhD student, Hedwig Czapo. So basically, Gammarus oceanicus is one of the amphipods. These are little crustaceans that are very common in freshwaters and also from the very shallow waters to the deepest parts of the ocean. And very often they are keystone species for ecosystems because of their biomass and the food source for the whole nutritional webs in the oceans. So here on the map, you can see distribution of these species. So basically, it's a boreal species with amphi-Atlantic distribution present on the eastern coast of North America and also on the European Atlantic coast, Baltic, and so on, and is present also in a high Arctic. So next slide, please. So here is the typical habitat of this species from the place it was described, meaning the Baltic Sea. That's the Baltic Sea in Germany. And next slide, please. And here is typical habitat in the Arctic. And its presence in the Arctic is very interesting. Can I have the next slide, please? Because basically it was observed to occur and spread in the high Arctic just recently, in the recent few decades. And it's associated with the inflow of warm Atlantic waters to the Svalbard archipelago. So we've been studying this species for several years now. So recently we discovered that there is some cryptic diversity within this species, meaning basically that the American population and the European one are possibly cryptic species, and the population is geographically structured. And what's more important, there is a colonization from Europe directing to high Arctic, high European Arctic, and then through Greenland to Canadian Arctic. So also it's been observed that this species shows possible competitive exclusion with its local sister species, which is typical for high Arctic. Its name is Gammarus setosus, and it was separated from Gammarus oceanicus in the early Pleistocene. So what we wonder right now is whether this expansion is a sign of very recent Atlantification of high Arctic, or basically it started already during one of the previous warmer episodes in Holocene. Next slide, please. So, so far, we generated a lot of low coverage genome sequencing data for this species from all over, meaning Europe, high Arctic, and North America, but we are missing reference genome. We tried several times with a couple of institutions. It always failed. It's a general problem with gammarids that their genomes cannot be well sequenced, like the good quality ones. So why we want to have this genome? Basically, what we want to understand is the demography and colonization patterns of that species in the high Arctic versus what happens with Gammarus setosus. And we also believe that having a complete good quality reference genome can help us to understand response of this species and its sister species, which is apparently code-adapted to the recent climate change, and thus to understand the Atlantification process better. Okay, thank you.